Good evening. I've been talking to all of you. My name's Karen, about grandparent alienation. I'm not going to be on as long tonight. I'm a little tired. Grandparent Alienation Awareness Day is this Saturday. I'm keeping fingers and toes crossed that it doesn't rain because it's supposed to. And we all know that rain ruins signs and posters, so if I do go anyway, it'll be without posters, just my t-shirt. I wanted to just give you all a little more information tonight and then end on a positive note that there are several support groups on Facebook. If you just type in the search bar, Grandparent Alienation Support. If you're an alienated grandparent and you're looking for that kind of thing, I did it for a couple years and it really helped me. I'll give you some names. One is called Alienated Parent and Grandparent Peer Support. It has a little over 4,000 members and about 10 posts a day. Some of the posts that come through to my news feed are very interesting. Then you have Grandparent Alienation Support Group, has 2,500 members. I'm reading off the ones that have more members. Grandparents' Rights has 16,000 members. And then there's Parental Alienation Awareness of America, has 25,000 members. There's Empowering You to Overcome Parental Alienation. I have to join that one. I just found that one. That has 9,700 members. And then there's just lots of information on the internet, like I showed everyone in my last video. I really have had mostly positive responses to these videos. I didn't do it. Someone commented to me, "Oh, it looks like you think the world is me, me, me." And I said, you couldn't be more wrong. I am doing this to bring awareness to this current epidemic. It was on Dr. Phil a couple years ago and he stated over 8 million Americans alone are affected by this tragedy every year, and it is a tragedy. There are some children that choose to do it because they were abused by their parents and grandparents. And to the one young lady, I said, "I'm so sorry you went through this." I said, but that's not most of us. We all make mistakes. We all say and do stupid things. But unless there is abuse involved, severe abuse, there is no reason or excuse good enough to put a parent through this hell when they dedicated their lives to their children. And even if it was a parent that had to go out to work to earn an income. Excuse me, I have asthma. Why did they go out to work to earn an income? To help provide for their children. I happen to have been privileged enough to stay home for a number of years. Work part-time. I always worked part-time outside the home. And dedicate my time to the children, especially because my son had special needs. I majored in special ed. I said to my now ex-husband, who better to do this than me? And I did a pretty good job. I don't know where I went wrong with my daughter. I wish I could explain it. But no, I didn't. I never abused my children. I never used my children for anything. I loved my children and I loved my family. I had a hard time when my mother got dementia. I didn't understand it. She had a number of physical problems and she had dementia. I didn't know anything about dementia. She passed last year, and that's when I started reading more about it and listening to my friends who also had parents with dementia. And I said, oh, that's why she was like that. She changed so much. And I apologized to my mom, even though she's already gone. I apologized to her and let her know I wish I knew yesterday what I know today. And I guess the same thing goes for grandparent alienation. I'm going to keep going here because if I stop, then I have to start the video over again. I'm just dry. I say I'm just trying to educate the public. Just educate the public that this isn't a joke. I'm trying to educate some of the political figures that aren't aware, people that, like I mentioned in one of my videos before, that they stood up for Mental Health Awareness Month, which was May, but turned down my request of a proclamation to make Grandparent Alienation Awareness Day a recognized day in Connecticut. And I say, Ned Lamont, if you watch any of these, please hear me. I'm not just talking about me, and this is to the person who made that comment. I am trying to help everyone that's in this situation. And I want to tell you, and this is not in any notes, it's difficult, but be strong. It takes a lot of money if you want to get a lawyer and drag yourself through the courts. Let alone, and who cares what it costs the kids? They deserve the expense. But I really wanted to do it. And I had to tell myself, Karen, you have a nice retirement. You need to live off of it. You work part-time. You're getting up there. You're an AARP card holder. Don't spend it all on lawyers. So I hope even my kids see this, because maybe it's a wake-up call. I really believe someone got to my daughter, even though it could be her husband, it could be her therapist. Some of these therapists are cuckoo, and they do mess with people that are pliable that way. Just try to be strong, reach out to someone, a good friend, someone that cares. I can't turn to my family because they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to get involved. They'd rather kiss the other person's you-know-who-what to make sure they can see the children. And I love my grandchildren. I love them through and through. But I will not, now or ever, bow as low as going to see a psychiatrist for a mental evaluation and to have my medications monitored. It is not necessary. Not at least for me. My general physician does a fine job. I know him well. At this point, he cares about me. Don't let people manipulate you into doing something you don't need to do. I did do it all, and it wasn't good enough. Then there was the next thing of, we want your medications monitored. And I stuck my feet in the mud, and I said no. But they didn't talk to me. They told her father. My ex-husband and I are on good terms, and we communicate mostly through messaging, but we still communicate because we have our son in common and who we need to have some peace because, oh, that's the other, I said I'd make this shorter, it ends up it's longer. Oh, well. The other thing they don't think about is how this affects others. Daughter and her husband, I won't say names, I hope you see this because this is so hard on your father. You have, either you don't care or you have no clue what this has done, and not to contact your grandfather at all, who's 93 years old, and let him see the children. Shame on you. You've torn this family apart, and I'm making it public because this is what grandparent alienation does. It doesn't just punish the parent that you decide belongs in a jail cell with the key thrown out. It hurts the whole family dynamic. Shame on you two for pulling this. And shame on the other children doing this to the millions of other grandparents suffering. To end on a positive note, keep going. Fight. Be strong. I'm doing it. You can do it. It's been 4 years for me, and I'm still standing, and I plan to keep standing. Fight. If you see a grandparent out there or somebody holding a sign that says something like this, honk if you love your grandparents. Please give them a honk. Let them know that you are there for them. If you're a young person watching this, please, if you have your grandparents in your life, you're lucky. Give them a hug. Say, I love you. Let them know they're appreciated. And remember to help stop grandparent alienation. Awareness Day is June 14th, yearly. Thank you.